adding bulk to bulk, I get it.
Bulk on bulk. I like it thick. I like it thick. I like it thick. You know, nice. Oh, no.
Well. Now, Devstream 90 was last night, just in case you missed it, and in it we got a sneak peek at some really nice changes to items in Warframe and some maybe not so nice changes being spoken about as well. I'm going to try and make this video as short and sweet as possible, so here we go. Now, first up is a long overdue new stance inbound for machetes, because the ones we have right now kinda suck. Now, I mean, machete became the general name for the weapon type for a reason, and they also mentioned maybe looking into heavy attacks and making them a lot more workable, but that's a work in progress. So we didn't get to see any of that, along with the fact that they're looking at allowing us to dual wield pistol and melee weapon at the same time, which they give us a little bit of a glimpse at, but again, it's a work in progress. You're going to get to wield a pistol in one hand and a sword in the other hand, but it will have to be a single-handed sword, so you're not going to be able to run with maybe the Euphona in one hand and a Galatine Prime in the other, which might make a few of you sad, because that would be unrealistic in a game with ninjas in space where we have a disco ninja, but it would be actually badass. A lot of you reindeer frame users out there should be happy with what they spoke about with regards to Oberon, who is in the very early stages of getting a rework, but his abilities will be staying the same, so there's not going to be any new changes to any of those abilities. So they're looking at maybe synergizing his abilities better than they do right now, and hopefully making them scale better as well. So hopefully we can expect maybe better heals and better scaling damage as well from his abilities, fingers crossed, because you Brobrons have needed a bit of love for a while now, and they couldn't show off any of his rework last night, but they did say that it will be shown off very soon because it's almost finished. Now, something that they touched upon and spoke about was that the current Limbomb meta, Limbo's Cataclysm Bomb since his rework, is getting looked at and is probably going to be nerfed, which, if you're a veteran to the game, a lot of us I think could see this coming because it deals insane amounts of damage and you can clean whole rooms with it. So this kind of converted a lot of players into Limbo mains all of a sudden. These Limbos were coming out of the woodwork. Players who hated Limbo before his rework all of a sudden thought he was the best frame in the game. Now, the Chroma Vex armor bug, which leaves you dealing no damage whatsoever, is getting fixed, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't tweak the ability in any other way, because I like Vex and Elemental Ward the way they are, so hands off Chroma. Nix's Assimilate augment is also something that's been spoken about with regards to that friendly fire change that came into the game a few hotfixes ago, and they're talking about maybe, just maybe, reverting that friendly fire change, or maybe not reverting it at all but changing it a little bit or leaving it the way it is. They're not entirely sure what they're going to do with it, but something is being spoken about. So if you like your Terminator Nix and running in a squad with it, then don't give up hope yet, because it may or may not return to its former glory. We don't know. Next up, they showed off our up and coming new Warframe, which has yet to be named PopeFrame, Deus Voltframe, Deacon Frame, or whatever you want to call them. But I had a video on this last night if you want to go and check it out. I will leave it linked in the description below the video. It is of course our priest frame, who, according to a lot of you guys, has a penis on his chin, so thanks for that. Some of you even said it's ironic that for once we have a child inside a priest, which makes me facepalm but still giggle at the same time. These are awful fucking people. Someone said that, why is he swinging a toilet brush in one hand? I mean, the frame's not even out yet and you feckers are trying your best to ruin it for me. Stop it! It's bad enough that he's the 33rd frame, and I struggle to say that, but yeah, he is our priest frame and he looks dark, and I can't wait to see what he's like and what his abilities actually do, but he's going to be a support ranged type of Warframe. Next up, we got to see the new Corpus enemy type, which is a spider type of Corpus unit that has different variants and come in different sizes as well. Just in case any of you suffer from arachnophobia, then have fun. Octavia was of course all about flushing out those epileptics who still play the game, and now we're going after people with a serious fear of spiders, so effectively we're trimming the herd. But these Corpus units look pretty interesting, and like PopeFrame, they follow a bit of a darker theme and not so cutesy like the last Corpus mini drones on skis that got added into the game. They also hinted at a new Grineer type of enemy, but not much is known about that yet. Now, we got a look at new Tenno Gen items, new Sciendanas, new helmets for Trinity, Saren, Nyx, Rhino, new skins for Ivara, Volt, Ember and Limbo. So if Fashion Frame is your thing and giving up your hard-earned cash on Steam, then rejoice, because here you go. We also got a look at Hydroid's new Immortal skin, but as good as it looks, it's still freaking Hydroid. And we got a look at Zephyr's Immortal skin as well, which looks pretty cool, but I'll probably be keeping my Tenno Gen skin on my Zephyr for now. Next up, we got a look at the new Ambulas boss fight, and it's interesting to say the least. It's going to be added into the game, of course, in future, and it looks like it could get a little bit hectic, especially if it gets added into the sortie rotation. I could imagine a level 100 one of these battles. So in this boss battle, you have to kill several Ambulus units and hack them in order to have them recalled up to the mothership. But there is a fail state. If corpus get to recall these Ambulus units before you do, or more than you do, then of course the mission will be failed. Once you actually down one of these Ambulus units and manage to hack it, then you're going to have to defend it from the corpus in case they hack it back, and all the while getting hit by aerial bombardments from the mothership. So it's got elements of a mobile defense in there as well. Now the Ambulus units are heavily armored and take reduced damage, and more than one Ambulus unit can be active at any given time if you kind of feck up the hacks, or if the corpus get to hack one of them back. So I'm guessing this fight, like I said, can get a little bit hectic if you're not careful. The one thing I like about this fight is that they mentioned there is no invulnerability phase, so there's no immune from damage phase from this boss fight, but Rebecca showed it in a solo match, and I can imagine that in a squad with a certain setup, the fight might become a little bit trivial and might become really fast to kill him and get those units hacked and sent back. We'll see when we get to test it for ourselves. Finally, Steve showed off the visuals and audio rework of Earth, which looks and sounds absolutely amazing, and he's been kind of showing this off on Twitter for a while now, so it does look really good. And maybe he said they might feature new wildlife as well in a future update. Now the Earth rework shouldn't be too far away, but we just have to wait and see. So that is pretty much the dev stream. Like I said, the link is in this video's description if you want to go and watch the whole dev stream in all of its glory. Go to Play Warframe's YouTube channel and watch it there. Let me know what you guys think of all of the items that were shown in the dev stream, whether you're hyped for them or not. The Limbo Nerf, probably not too much hype for it, but maybe I'm wrong. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.